Hello everybody, Mr. Pilgrim here, and today I'm coming at you with a different Minecraft video than what I've been putting out. This is going to be a Platinum Trophy Guide for Minecraft. Now note, this is going to work on all versions of the game. Now there are going to be some specifics that I'll go into based on the PS3 and Xbox 360 versions versus the current up-to-date versions on the PS4 and Xbox One. So, we'll just hop right into a brand new world. I'll keep it normal, no mod packs or anything. Give it a name. You want to have it on normal. You can do a bonus chest. It's not going to disable cheats or anything. You can do world types. I always just do the max 10 chunks for simulations. I also like to know my coordinates. And I think that's all you can really change to your world. Yeah. So, I'll see you once the world's loaded. Alright, now we're loaded into our world, as you can see as it's loading in. We also have this nice starting chest. If we'll just go ahead and grab these torches and get all of these materials. Now note, grabbing anything out of the starting chest won't immediately just give you something, which is good to know for us. So the first trophy that you'll get is just by opening your inventory or hitting triangle. It's pretty simple. Now the next thing that we're going to do is go and chop down these trees over here. We'll do that. But like I said, this is going to differ from normal guides, as I'll let you know whenever I'm referring to specifically PS3 or last gen stuff, as there's a lot of things that you can do on last gen that might be different than what you can do on the current gen. Like now on current gen, you can easily get way more iron per iron block than you could on last gen, because they changed it to where you can now use looting or fortune and get way more iron, because instead of just getting a block, you'll get an actual chunk. So now you should have gotten a second trophy just for obtaining wood from a tree. So then what you want to do is turn that into some planks. Pretty simple. Then you want to make a crafting table. That'll be another trophy. Now from here, what you want to do is place this crafting table down. Then simply all you want to do is make a sword, axe, pickaxe, shovel, and a wooden hoe. And that'll get you at least 2 or 3 more trophies. 1 for making a sword, 1 for making just making an item, I believe, and then 1 for making one of each of the items that affect building and stuff. Creepy. Alright, so now the next thing that you might want to try and do from here is just explore your map. If you want to speedrun it, you can. If not, you don't have to. I like to find a nice little open area, kind of similar to this one, and get started. But if you also want to, you can look for villages, as those will be really helpful, as they will give you beds to sleep in, stuff like that. But yeah, if you can get a nice flat open area like this, it'll be great. Now, on the last gen versions of the game, I do believe you can make an infinite world like the one I have. Wow, this is a really lucky world. But also note that on last gen there is a bunch of trophies that are a part of DLC packs, so you don't have to get them. But on the current gen version, they're a part of the base game, so you will have to earn them. But that doesn't mean that you don't have to do it, of course. So while I'm traveling around my worlds and stuff, whenever I'm exploring my maps, if you want to, if you find a village that has a bunch of hay bales, go ahead and easily grab those up, because you can reverse craft them into wheat, which you can then use to make more bread, as we'll be needing bread for a very specific trophy on the current gen. Now, you will also need to trade with villagers and stuff like that, for emeralds, as you'll need to obtain at least 30 emeralds. There are certain things that you can do to make it a lot easier on yourself, which is nice. I don't believe we need watermelons, but oh well. Now, while I'm here in the village, I'm going to simply open up a chest, trying to just maximize how much we can get before we have to stop before nighttime, more or less. So I'm just going to cut from here. I'm going to go explore here, explore everything that was over there, and then I'm going to come back to the map to where I've found a good spot to chill at, and I'll see you all when that's said and done. Alright, now as you can see, we've kind of made it a little far south of where we are. I haven't fully cleared out the map, I'll eventually do that. But one thing I definitely recommend doing is just finding a nice open plains area like this. Now, I did get lucky and find a broken nether portal, which had some items that we'll use eventually. But the reason why I say that you want to have a nice open area like this is because of the amount of room that you have to work with. You don't have to even have a big house. You just need to have the essentials, basically. So now that we have all the stuff that we have, the next thing I recommend doing is either setting up a couple of farms, i.e., like breaking down a tree and just getting a tree farm going, as small as it may be. Now, while you're exploring your map, just be safe. You don't want to lose anything that you have right now, especially if you happen to find a bunch of stuff like I did, because it'll come in handy. Being able to get as many replantable things as you can, like beetroot seeds, melon seeds, carrots, anything like that that you can find to be able to infinitely regrow and have more of is also going to be handy in the long run. Now, I got extremely lucky and was able to find all of this stuff here. Got a really good enchanted book. It'll be really good to have on a bow. I have 5 emeralds, which I don't know how I have. I was able to find a saddle. I've got a lot of string. I've got a lot of seeds and other stuff like that, and things I can use for later. Hello, Mr. Pig. I'll be using you later for a trophy. But, so yeah, as of now, just get set up. Don't worry about trophies just yet. You're just trying to survive, get comfortable. So now that we've got some stuff going, eventually, of course, we'll build a base and start all of that. That's more or less just for general protection. But like I said, as right now, just setting up a tree farm will be good because that'll help you get materials easier. I don't know why I'm spacing so hard. But on the last gen, it's pretty much the same. Just finding a nice area. Now, note, on last gen, your map is going to be way smaller than this one. And there are going to be borders, so you can only do so much. So for last gen, what I would definitely recommend doing is trying to go to one of, like, the edge of your map and finding a good spot. You can always terraform and move stuff around, for stuff like that. But basically, once you have all that set, the next thing you want to try and do is simply just get a nice little mine started. I like to do it like this. Eventually. Then what you want to do is start using your axe. I'm going to get 3 stone, and then this will get us another trophy for upgrading to a stone pickaxe. So then eventually you can just get rid of our old wood one. And of course, don't forget to replant your trees. Now, how I plant my trees and how I do stuff is in specific ways. Is like when I do trees, I do 5 blocks in between, plant, so on and so on. That way that in case there's a mega tree that pops up, it won't get in the way. But yeah, that's pretty much how I like to do it. Okay. But no, you can stop and do this whenever you want. Now, the next thing that you're going to be working on while in this mine is, as you can see, this is what iron looks like for current gen, and on last gen, you should already know, it'll be something similar to this color. But the difference is you won't get a random amount of raw iron from mining. You'll just get 1 iron per iron block. So, yeah, that is the only downside to it. But we will be continuing our mine. Now remember, for iron, you need at least a stone pickaxe, I do believe. If not, then, you know, great. But eventually what you want to do is have enough cobblestone to eventually make a furnace, which will be another trophy. So we'll just get one of those going. Now, another thing that you can do is... Crap. Ah, perfect. Alright, so another trophy that you can earn real easily and not even know it is, it's called renewable energy. So what you have to do is you have to take some planks and some actual just raw wood and put them in a furnace. Oh, come on. I had that. So there are many optional resources that you can use in the game for fuel. So if you take, okay, come on, I'll just split it. And as you'll see, it can burn the logs, and then this will give us charcoal. So then what you want to do is place the charcoal down here, and then eventually you will get a trophy called renewable energy. Simple as that. This is something you can do if you're low on actual coal and want to make more torches. But moving on from that, how I like to do my mines is I always do it every 4. If you want to do it more, you can. So I do 3 steps, place it on the wall, so on and so on, until, reach a certain depth. Now for me, I'm at Y53, which is the middle position. If you're on last gen, it won't tell you unless you look at your map, it'll show you, which is a little bit annoying. But from here, basically just go until you're all the way to the bedrock, or if you want to, just go to anywhere from Y15 to Y11 or Y10. And the reason for doing that is because it's where diamonds are normally spawned when the world gets generated. But you can also go to the bedrock like I like to do and just mine out a huge area. Now, in the process of this, I would recommend setting up some pens for cows, sheep, and pigs. And if you can, find some chickens. If you don't know how to lure each of those animals, I will show you. Oh yeah, last chest. For cows, it is actually just straight up wheat, which you'll get whenever you plant seeds in a area near water, and it'll grow, and then you can get wheat. So yeah, if you hold the item like I am this bread, the animals will start looking at you and follow you. You can then feed it to 2 animals who are close to each other, and then they will breed and then have a child. You know, for pigs, it is carrots. They love carrots. And for chickens, it is seeds. Just hold them out. As well as lambs, it's also wheat, the same as cows. As you see here. So what you need each animal for is you need now that we have charcoal, you will be able to iron. You being able to more one of them for the iron and getting another one for making iron armor. One will be what iron I'm goal. Work on that'll be when where more or less going to be the progress I've made in the time of getting parts for wood and that you do make just make a simple wooden sign and then place it. Just place it like right here. And boom, that's it. You know, that's another trophy right there. And yeah, so I will see you all. Of course, once we've done this, we'll pop that, get another trophy. We'll then use that to make a iron pickaxe. And I guess while you're at it, if you want to, you can either make a bucket or shears. I would recommend going for the shears as they will just pay off in the long run. And we'll just store them away. And yeah. So like I said, I'm just gonna cut to whenever this is all said and done, and I'll see you when that happens. As I'm gonna try and have this first video be very informative and very long. As annoying as that may sound, but I just want you to have the best information at what to do, how to go into the game as best as possible. As well as on last gen, you will need to make multiple worlds because of how the world generation works. Well, actually, no, you don't. On sorry, that's my fault. I forget that last gen only that's an extra trophy. But on current gens, what you'll have to do is you'll have to go beyond the map border, as since this world is infinite, you can infinitely go around and explore all the biomes. And the reason why you're doing that is there's a trophy for exploring all the biomes. Now, probably one of the last trophies that you'll be going for on current gen is surviving 100 days in game. Now, if you die, that doesn't ruin the trophy. It's basically just surviving for the exact amount of time that it takes a single 24-hour cycle to pass. The downside is sleeping in a bed does not speed that process up. It's based on the amount of time you spend. So if you get every other trophy and that's the last one, basically you can make a little safe area to where nothing can get to you, and then you can just AFK. You can go play on another console, just leave the game on overnight or something, if you so choose to do that. But so yeah, gonna just time skip to when we are done. Alright, and as you can see, we've finally officially gotten set up. Got our tree farm going, got our house built with a little storage area for all our chests. We've got our sign moved and placed and relabeled, and we've got some farms going. I'll get more into detail about the farms, but as you can see also here, we've got some cows, sheep, and pigs. And one thing that you'll actually want to do eventually with one of your farms is you'll get wheat, which you'll use on 2 cows to get them to repopulate and have a little baby. That'll get you another trophy. Then if we come over to our sheep with a hidden chicken inside and just shear the sheep, that'll get us another trophy called Have a Shearful Day. Move this chicken out of the way. And that'll be basically 2 trophies right there. Another trophy, well, actually another 2 trophies will be related to the pigs. One is for killing one and then cooking its meat and then eating the food. That'll get you a trophy. Now, eventually, once you've gotten your mind going and you finally have enough iron to make a pickaxe, I would recommend doing that. So then you can eventually come down and find yourself some diamonds, like so. Then use that pickaxe and get yourself some diamonds. Now, if you're wondering about on last gen, you do not have to do this related trophy, but on current gen you do, and that is to throw diamonds at a friend. Now, if you have a second controller, you can do that by just like pausing the game, having them load in as a secondary character. Then you'd have to make your way back to where you currently are on your own map, and then you can throw them at yourself, or you can have a friend load into your game and do that. Now, for anyone who's concerned about this, if you, by the end of this, if you add me on PlayStation at the name that's associated with my YouTube, I will gladly let you join this world and you can get some of the more annoying trophies for sure, like throwing diamonds at a friend or getting all of the 16 wool or riding so far on a minecart. I would not have a problem with letting people join and do that. But then the next trophy that you're going to do, and make sure that you are on normal and let your hunger bar go completely out. So I'm going to just get all the way up. Once you do that, simply eat some rotten flesh that you'll get from a zombie, and that'll get you another trophy. Simple as that. You can also then go back to normal food. But yeah, so that's pretty much most of that done. That's basically another 5, 6 trophies. Now, another trophy I will mention is related to finding something near water. So if we come over to any water source, regardless of whether it's a small little area like this or a bigger one like out here, you'll eventually be able to like swim down and see. And is it geode? That is. Huh. But eventually what you're mainly looking for is clay. Now clay has a very distinctive color to it. I'll try and find some. Here we go. It's a lighter color, and you'll need to just take your time. Oh, are you kidding me? But yeah, you'll need to take your time and mine it. Game will let me. Jeez. Since you're underwater, it'll actually take longer to mine this, but you'll get a couple of things per each block that you mine. Just make sure you don't drown, as drowning takes a lot of health out. I'd say you do about 3 or 4 of these, just to be on the safe side. Now, if you happen to create like an air pocket, it helps out. Of course, we have a drowned, which is not good. But now we can go back home and make some clay bricks, and then turn into a clay pot, which you can then place. And that'll be another trophy. Now, also, while you're at it, when it's nighttime, if you find like a zombie or something of the nature, and you like jump attack, it shouldn't take too long. You'll eventually kill an enemy NPC or mob. That'll get you another trophy. Well, then sleep, of course. It's much easier to do that if you use a sword. I didn't have one at the time, which is perfectly fine. So let's see. Can we make a... No, that's right. You have to put them in a furnace, and then they smelt up. Now I'm going to go and put all the nice things that I have. Now you are eventually going to need like 16 different things of wool. So every now and then just come back, re-shear. Also, if you get a chance to get some chickens, just come and keep track of that. And then eventually you'll be able to make a specific food item that we are going to make, which is a lot harder to find now for some reason. It's just, their whole system's a little weird. On last gen, you can easily just navigate from left to right going through all the menus, and it's pretty easy to figure out what's what. But this is a trophy you don't have to do on last gen. This is just current gen. So you'll need 3, make a clay pot. You can then like crouch and place it. And then you can put a flower in it. That'll be a trophy right there. Now, while you're going about your world, if you happen to find like a mansion, that does exist on last gen. A redwood mansion, sorry, I'm just forgetting the name. Then that'll be good. You can explore that. You can find a library. That'll save you tons of time on food, or not food, on books, as you'll need a bit of books just to have an easier time. Now, also, when you have a base set up, it's best to go and get a bunch of flowers and use those because these are crafted into dyes, which is used on wool and other stuff like that. Or you can eventually just, I believe, trade. Not entirely sure on that one. Someone might have to correct me on that. Which will be used whenever you get the sheep. So while I'm remembering, we're just gonna do that. Get another trophy while we're at it. Because why not? You know, now there are, like I said before, there are a couple of trophies that are going to take you a long time simply because of just how the game is. And by that I mean just because of how long it takes to do certain things. So once this clay is finished being turned into bricks, we'll be all good. Come on. Alright, then we can add our raw pork chops. And then while we're at it, we're also just going to convert all of these into dyes. Save ourselves some trouble. There we go. We'll also put our bricks away, and then our string and a spider eye. Now, eventually, if you have enough string, I recommend crafting a bow, a fishing rod, and then if you happen to have any spare carrots, I also recommend making a fishing rod on a stick, or a carrot on a stick. That'll be used for another trophy. Makes it easier. So whenever you got your raw pork chop ready to go, simply just move it to an item or one of your tool slots, and then just start running and jumping around. That way you'll use stamina. Eventually until one of them goes away. And then you eat that, and that'll be another trophy. Now from here, basically what you're more or less just trying to do is get more materials, get more stuff, as well as fill an entire chest with cobblestone. And in the process of doing that, you'll have cleared out your mine, which I'll show you in a moment. Alright, so coming down to the mine, once again you'll see, like I said before, you have 2 ways of going about doing it. You can do it at Y11, which is the middle number, which will be roughly about right here, which as you can see, I got really lucky, and I found a bunch of branching off paths that lead all the way around. I do believe one of these led me to yeah, here it is. Up here I found a spawner, which also gave me a disc. It's kind of annoying because of the fact that a creeper showed up and blew up the spawner. Upside is it was only a zombie spawner. Downside is I now don't have a confirmed like XP method, but it's okay. And here's some lava. So if you happen to take one of your buckets of water while you're making your farms, then you can bring it down, get some obsidian. Now, while we have the chance, I'm going to grab this gold because you need a lot of gold for the platinum trophy. Well, not a lot, but you need enough. But yeah, so if you want, you can start at Y11, or you can do like I do, like this, and come all the way down to where like bedrock is starting to form, but it's not high enough that it gets in your way. And so what I like to do is I like to do from the starting area, I go like 6. So it's 5 spaces in between each torch, and then so on and so on, and then you can just slowly start clearing out each area, if that makes any sense. You know, because then you have a nice open view of everything, and you'll also be getting a lot of materials. Now, the main thing about this is we're more or less preparing for when we go to the Nether, as there's going to be a couple of things related to that. And also, while you're doing this, you'll be able to mine and get more diamonds, get more iron, get more gold, you know, stuff like that. But if you want to do it however way you want to, you can. It's just my recommendation, as it guarantees that you don't miss anything. Because since I've started doing this kind of mining, yeah, it takes more time to get a lot done, but I feel like it's safer as it gives me a lot of space to work with, especially whenever there's lava or something else that spawns. And it's also succeeded me in getting a lot of diamonds. But like I said, you can do it on both levels. You'll mine about like 3 up or 4, however you want to. But now, for the last thing I think for this first video is going over the farms. Now I have it as a 6x6, and with 1 space in between for most of your farms, this will cover enough to get all of them. I didn't have a lot of seeds for this one right here, so this is 3 different ones. This is melons, beetroots, and a single potato. Then we come over here and we've got carrots. Now, sugarcane is a lot different, as you don't need to use a hoe to alter the dirt. You can just have it as is, and you can make simple lines like this. And the only thing is that these corner ones right here, you can't place sugarcane on, but these ones directly in contact with the water, you can place them on. Now, if you're wanting to speed up the process, you can go, that was weird, but you can go and make bone meal from bones, and that'll speed up the process, which is always nice. Get the gold cooking. But yeah, that'll be it for the most part, and I think I'm going to spend the rest of this off time in between videos just getting the rest of my map explored and other stuff like that. I'm not going to skip the important trophies, but yeah, so I'll see you all in the next one.